Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. Alright, we are going to start off by pointing out we do have a big fat red bar engulfing all three of the last days of price action. Are we going to go for that fourth? I think probably, and if we don't end up hitting it today, I do think we're probably going to get a gap down or at least some continuation into tomorrow. All right. I don't think this move down is done yet. I think it is just getting warmed up. We are looking for a signal bar, which could have been a shooting star, a spinning top, a gravestone doji, or a bearish engulfing candlestick. We got the bearish engulfing candlestick. That is what we're looking at. And on top of that, it is the first day you have out of the last 4 trading sessions increasing volume, and it is on the bear candlestick. That is what we are pointing out. The last 4 trading sessions here, we really have not done anything. And on the 5th, we wiped it all out. And there you go. All right. So I do want to remind everyone, we are going to be looking for a higher low. Where are we looking for that low? Right over here. All right. So we're going to take that off. And I am just, we can take a look at the 4-hour and the hourly time frames after we take a look at the daily time frame. All right, but I will point out you did have this broadening top. You are breaking down from that broadening top with this daily bearish engulfing candlestick off of increasing volume. We are looking right over here. All right, so you can end up getting a bounce over here at 430.92, but I want to point out you have absolutely nothing underneath there until you come all the way back down to 423.50, which is this gap fill right here. All right, so I do think that is where we're going to head. And if we also add another indicator on, we can add another moving average, which we will choose the 20 daily moving average. We'll make you white. All right, there you go. Let me put 20. All right, and so you would effectively be back testing your 200 daily moving average, your 20 daily moving average, and you would be filling the gap. And we have another and. You'd be hitting the 50% retracement. All right, there we go. Picture perfect. Okay. Now, on top of that, if you do have this exact pullback we speak of, as long as you hold this low down here, you will have an inverse head and shoulders formation. And then you could be running up. But I'm sure a lot of people are going to be sharing these charts. All right, we're going to just have to see how this plays out on this move down. All right, if buyers are nowhere to be found over here, then yeah, we could start going lower. And then, if you end up taking out the 0.786 right here, around 415, then yeah, we're going to take out this low. But I'm just going to point this out. You're probably going to come into just descending trend line support there, and that would be that. Top of that, all right, guys, we did also just break to the upside. So I do think the dip is going to be bought up, but you know what? I could be wrong. VIX. All right, VIX over here is starting to spike. All right, so we did point out that you were not holding the break and retest of where you broke out, the zone where you broke out from, but we were still looking for that bounce. We did have a 4-hour bullish divergence down here this morning. All right, we pointed that out in the morning briefing, and it did end up causing that spike. Well, it didn't specifically cause the spike, but it did warn us that that spike was going to be incoming. All right, the last divergence you had was right there, and you ended up selling massively. And then I'm sure we can find a bullish divergence right here from there to there. All right, low to low, boom. All right, so we did have this bullish divergence play. I do not think this is all the upside for VIX that we're going to be seeing. I think we're probably going to come back up here, and I'm not saying we stall it somewhere around the 200 daily moving average, but as you can see on every single swing up and down here, we have been hitting that consistently. So I do think we're going to run back up and at least come up here to 17. All right, so that is what I'm paying attention to over there on Mr. VIX, SPY, guys. Let's take it down to the hourly time frame, and we'll point out that you have nothing underneath 433.70. And I repeat myself, nothing. You don't have it. Do you see this? Do you see any form of structure here? No. I'll answer it for you. Okay, so I do think we're probably going to have a free fall style event, which is why I think we're probably going to get that gap down here and then continuation. I don't think it's all going to stop here at 430.92. But I will point out, okay, we never ended up reaching the golden pocket here at 440 to 449. So yeah, I do think the dip is going to get eaten up. We're probably going to stall out somewhere on here on the run up. But I'm just going to say right now, if you think this is all the dip has in store for us, I think you're wrong. I think this thing is just getting started, and I would personally not be buying dips just yet. I would wait for a retracement here. You can see where these Fibonacci retracements are. Guess what? They're not up here. All right, you're going to have the 0.38. It's going to be somewhere around here, but it's, I think we're probably at least going to come down to this 50% retracement. All right, so that is enough for SPY over there. I do want to point out you have, you had a quadruple bearish divergence going on right here. You're in this ascending top, no structure underneath here until all the way down here. Well, you have this gap that's going to be your support, but if, buyers don't step up there, this is nothing. All right, you're going to come right down here where there is structure. All right, you had a fair auction down here. You just went straight up. You got to test both sides there. So I think that's probably what we're going to do. We're going to test both sides. So we want to fill this, core structure. QQQ. All right. Very similar look here on the hourly time frame. You do not have structure underneath here. All right. Well, actually, I can't say that. You have more structure over here than SPY. But underneath the support, you're going to have right here. And then we got 367 to be paying attention to. I know these are all green. I am going to change these. All right. But this is really what I'm paying attention to. If you do not hold up here at 369, we're probably going to go level to level here and come down to 367. Now, 367 is going to align with the back test of the trend line that you have just broke. The upper trend line of your descending parallel channel that is also a giant bull flag that you can clearly see on the daily time frame. All right. But reclaim this 20 DMA, I think it's likely that we're at least going to come down and tap that. You have the 200 daily moving average all the way down here. And if we do decide to come all the way back down here, that is now at this low, I think that is going to provide support. I think we'll probably put in a higher low. And you already broke out. So I'm just going to, put it out there. I think, the dip gets eaten up. That's just my opinion. Just an opinion. We're going to have to see how that goes. But also, we're looking for this bar. All right. The exact bar we have today that engulfs all of this, that's what we've been looking for. We're just waiting for it. It was a waiting game. You've had, I don't know why the volume is in here. I guess it moved it when I added that. Let me just add volume back. There we go. You've had this decreasing volume over here on these 3 days of higher highs, and you have just, guess what? I mean, this is what that means, right? It was a fake move. They were trapping people. I think it's, that's why I think you're going to get the gap down to trap more people. There's that. Anybody who wants to buy those dips. IWM over here, all right? Pay attention to the golden pocket. That's really all you got to really pay attention to. If you break down through the 0.786 fib, which is going to be around 164.50, 164.70. If you break there, you're probably going to have 100% retracement come take out this low. But as we've been pointing out, you're in the broadening bottom, all right? You did have a false breakout over here on the daily time frame, but you could pay attention over here too. The weekly time frame where you kind of did not. All right. But if you come down, you're just going to put in a divergent low. So I just want to make that clear. I still think the dip is going to get bought. Doesn't matter if you break the low. All right. But if you want to know if you're going to break the low, watch right here at 164.70. All right. DIA. You're stalling out right here at resistance. We've been trying to say everything was right there at resistance. You finally have a volume spike after 3 days of, the same volume here. This looks like kind of robotic. And guess what? All right. You're stalling out right from resistance. That's where the, big red bodied bar came from off of that increasing volume. No surprise there. I think you're probably going to come and retest 332.60-ish, which is the high of this candlestick, 332.69. All right. Now, back over to QQQ. I'm just going to come over here to the hourly time frame. And I'm going to point out, guys, everything. We just had these divergences going on. You have a triple bearish divergence going on right here. You had a quadruple bearish divergence going on SPYs. All right. You come over here to ES. Let's just take a look. Speed run this. All right. ES. Bearish divergence over here on the RSI. You have your support right here. You're now underneath that support. So, yeah, we had the flag, but that also put in the support. And now you have the lower low. It's not good. Also, I'm just going to say right now, this is not done playing out. Maybe we move sideways for a little bit. Maybe we recover a little bit. But we're probably going to see that come right here. And it's going to bring the RSI all the way down here. Just like that. Boom. You consolidate a little bit right here. Boom, 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 boom. All right. That's really what I'm looking for. Or we're going to go straight down there and it's going to be something like this. I have absolutely no idea. But I'm looking for these oscillators to reset. Same thing over here with ES. I told you guys, you're just literally putting in these divergent highs at that point right here. All right. Look at that. This is ES. Oh, I think I was saying this was NQ, but this is ES. This is NQ. They both look extremely similar. Yeah, you're right here at this broken trend line. You know, this thing barely has cooled off. I think it's very likely that this ends up coming all the way down here after this amazing run we've just had. Very amazing run. I will definitely say that right now. All right. Same thing over here. Bearish divergence right here on the Dow. Come over here. RTY. So this is IWM, the future version. What do you have? You don't have a bearish divergence. I'll actually say that. But look at that. You're seeing the oscillators reset. So I think we're probably going to get a similar thing on these other guys. That is what I'm paying attention to. Ultimately, what I'm looking for is another move down tomorrow. And I think we're probably going to find our, way all the way down here. 423.50 gap though. All right. You have 430.92 that's probably going to get hit tomorrow. And then you have 423.50 to pay attention after that into next week. All right. With that being said, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.